Hi everybody, it's Jeff and Nikki from Nightshade Nick Decor. So we are getting ready to pour a custom order tonight. Jeff is getting ready to mix up the Wise Bond Deep Pour Epoxy. We already have the wood sitting here. It's from Flower City Milling and it is in the Exotherm Custom Design HDPE No Seal Reusable cutting board form. So the custom order tonight is from Florida. The color that was chosen was pure copper. So we are using the May Spring copper mica powder.
Pure copper?
Pure copper. So Jeff already put the part A resin in the mixing bowl, and now he's putting part B. So Deep Pour Epoxy has two different sections to it. It's the hardener and the resin, correct?
Yep.
Oh, my camera's a little blurry.
Blow the dust off a little.
So this video is just going to show you the pouring process for our charcuterie boards. We did do a debarking video as well, and oh no, we didn't do a debarking one. We did a picking one where he moved any of the punky wood. So he's just mixing up the epoxy resin. Like I said, it is two parts, so mixing it thoroughly is very important, which is why he's using the hand mixer. Drill mixer, I guess you'd call it. I'm kind of surprised they haven't actually made a mixer specifically for epoxy.
Oh, I believe they have.
Really?
Yeah.
So once it's all mixed up, he's going to add the pigment to it, and then you'll get to watch the epoxy colors come to life. It's actually very cool to watch it get mixed in. And of course we have one of the sleeping pups today in the shop. Freya's all passed out by the fire. Her favorite spot. She's really the true shop dog here. I like that little gurgle at the end.
We're getting pure copper, huh?
We are.
Yeah, we've been pouring a lot of pure copper lately.
So that is the May Spring Pure Copper. It's one of our most popular colors for our charcuterie boards. That and the silver lining, or sterling lining, I think it's called. That is so cool. You can see all the different hues and everything in the epoxy now with the mica powder. Such a pretty color. And again, he just wants to mix it thoroughly to make sure that, you know, the powder blends in with the epoxy resin, so there's no clumps or anything. I love that copper. It is such a cool color.
It is my favorite color to work with.
So we are based out of upstate New York. Obviously, we do take custom orders. You can actually order them directly from our website. You could also text and call us or message us on Facebook as well.
I'll do it. Solo cup.
This is going to be such a pretty board. So once we pour the epoxy into the form, it's going to take about a week for it to set up and cure fully before he removes it from the form. This one's actually going to get personalized as well, so we'll probably do a video of him filling the engraving on the board as well after I carve it on the CNC router. So that'll be about like a week out from now.
Okay, we ready?
Yeah, absolutely. So he's just going to pour the epoxy into the form. I never get tired of seeing that river come down like that. And then what happens is the epoxy will actually go around the edges here and fill up the form completely. It's not going to, you know, overfill it so that the wood is flooded. And the weight is there to keep the board from floating in the resin, because the resin, as you see, pours out pretty much like water. Deep pour epoxy is very, very thin. And he's pouring slow because he's waiting for it to go around the sides of the board. You can see it's starting to come around up there. But it will fill all of the sides as well. It's starting to go around right down in there. And like I said, the next steps from this process is once it hardens, which generally takes probably overnight, maybe 12 to 15 hours for it to harden to the point where you can't swirl it anymore, not harden fully.
I would say it's at least 2 days before I release it from the form, and then after it's released from the form, it has to cure for about a week. For another 5 days, and then we can finish planing it and sanding it, and I'll get it nice and flat, and then I'll hand it over to Nikki and she'll do the CNC carving on it, and then we'll go back to pouring more epoxy in the carving,
and then back to sanding some more.
Yeah, and then we go back to the finish sanding. Then it'll get sanded all the way down to 320 grit. And then we'll oil it and wax it and put feet on it and handles. And
so we'll have the final reveal video as well when he oils it. Because once it's sanded and everything, it's very hazy and foggy, and you can't really see what the swirls or the effects of the epoxy are. Each board is different, obviously. That's what's great about these products, is no two other. Like, you could order 3 copper charcuterie boards and they would all look different. Whether it's, the wood grain, the wood shape, the swirls in the epoxy. And what he's doing now is he's just removing the air bubbles from the epoxy resin, mixing it up with the mixer like that creates a lot of air in there. So he just blows it off with the torch. And if you want, you can just give it a little swirl so we can see the colors in the epoxy.
Oh.
Any swirling that he does now is going to dissipate. Epoxy does move on its own. It's a self-leveling epoxy. But this just gives you an idea of what it could look like once it's set up.
Yeah, 5 minutes from now it'll look totally different.
Yeah, these swirls will dissipate very, very quickly. But the movement and stuff in it is kind of what gives it its unique character as well. I love that color.
Yeah, it's just such a pretty color.
I was going to say, yeah, even what you had just swirled down there had already
dissipated.
Dissipated.
Yeah.
So the ideal swirl time is probably about 12 hours from now. It does have to be, it's temperature sensitive as well, so we keep it in the shop. The shop's usually about 70, 75 degrees. and he's filling, he's just going in. There's like a few little holes or cracks in the wood, so he's just filling it with the epoxy. So you'll see little specks of copper throughout the board. Alright, so that is the process. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share our videos, and you guys have a great night.